Hi, boys and girls. I am here today with a really good story for you. Are you ready to hear it? This story today is a really good book. I love to read this at school, usually in the springtime. It is called Our Great Big Backyard. And this book is by Laura Bush and Jenna Bush Hager, and it's illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. And I really like it because it says the Great American Road Trip when you open it up and you see this picture. Does anybody know what this is? This is a map, right? Do you know where it's a map of? This is a map of the United States of America, where we live. And can I tell you something? If I take my book and I go down like this, you might see another map. Do you see another map behind me? My map from school I brought to Miss Hogue's house. So my United States map is on the wall, usually when I'm teaching you guys. So you might be able to see it back there too. So today we're gonna read Our Great Big Backyard. So let's see what happens in our story today. Huddle, my BFF Hank said, I have our whole glorious summer mapped out. So look, there's the boys and girls. Looks like they're maybe like around an iPad or a tablet. And they're all like sitting on a bed. And they said that they're mapping out their entire summer. So let's see what that looks like. It was going to be the best summer of our lives. Hank wanted to watch a different movie every single day. Ricky was going to create a YouTube channel. And Lois and I, we couldn't wait to have an epic starship battle. That night, Mom gave me the bad news. We are going to spend the summer on a road trip. Dad's map was different than Hank's, but I was supposed to spend it with my friends. Jane, there's more to life than staring at a screen. You will love being on the open road. As if I didn't have enough to worry about, my pest of a brother, Sam, just kept bothering me. Come on, Jane, let's go outside. We'll practice camping. No way. I'm busy. Boys and girls, do any of you fight with your brothers and sisters or maybe argue sometimes if you're at home, especially right now when we're at home a lot? Sometimes it might be hard to get along with your brothers and sisters, huh? And it looks like this brother and sister right here, that is what they're dealing with. On the last day of school, my parents picked me up for what they like to call the Great American Road Trip. And if you can see, here's their car. And it looks like it's all packed up because they are getting ready to go on some really fun adventures. But look at their faces. You know, we talk at school a lot about how you don't even have to hear sometimes what people say to know how they're feeling. You can just look at their facial expressions, how they're looking. They don't look very excited about this trip now, do they? I hope they get more excited when they are on their way. So it looks like they're on the great open road. You can see here's the road. You see how it winds down? What do you see on the road? What is that? Is it a bear? Wow. I sent my friends a message. As we drove south, my parents sang along to show tunes. How humiliating. At least I have their phone to keep me company. Jane, put that away. You're missing some beautiful sights. All I am missing is time with my friends, she said. And then over here it says, I'm leaving on a road trip. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh boy, I do not want to go. Now, she's in the back of the car, and you can see she's on her mom and her dad's phone. But because she's on her phone, she's missing all of the really beautiful things. Look at these mountains. And what do you see? Do you see a bird? I see an eagle and a bear. Wow, it looks like maybe they get to drive through this tunnel right here. Sometimes going on road trips can be really fun. And it's fun to look out the window and see some really neat things that maybe we might not always see when we're driving around Perry Township where we live, right? The first stop on their list is the Everglades National Park. Swamps, cypress trees with creepy hanging moss, and mosquitoes as far as the eye could see. Big deal. So it looks like they're having a great time, huh? Looks like maybe they're canoeing. Have you ever been canoeing, boys and girls? Miss Hogue's been canoeing, I think twice. It's a lot of hard work because you got to paddle to make sure you're going the right way. It looks like, oh, there she is again. What does she have? Can you believe she still has that tablet? She's missing out on all of the cool animals and all of these amazing things that they're seeing on their trip. We drove forever to get to our next stop. We crossed the Mississippi River and Sam waved to the riverboat captain and I hid behind my iPad. Check out that boat. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Next stop, Big Bend National Park. I couldn't wait to get out of the car so I could finally play Starship. Jane, please put that away. Come look through my telescope. Look, it looks like they're camping outside now because here's the tent. And you can see it's dark out, it's nighttime. Like there's really pretty stars in the sky. And what is this? Do you know what this is called? They told us. It's a telescope, isn't it? Have you ever looked through a telescope before? Maybe you could make a homemade telescope at your house by using maybe like a paper towel roll or an empty toilet paper roll. Those are good for telescopes for looking outside. But they're having such a great time. It's so beautiful where they're at. But look, she's still on her iPad. I really hope she decides to change her mind and put that down soon because she's missing out on so much cool stuff that's happening on her trip, isn't she? Oh, wow. The sky in Texas was huge and bright. Then, bless my lucky stars, a meteor shower lit up the sky like fireworks, brighter than any screen I had ever seen. Oh, look, she finally put down her iPad, and I think she's really, really amazed by all the beautiful things that she's seeing in the night sky, huh? Isn't that cool? We traveled west across the desert. Sam and I pretended we were astronauts on Mars. It's fun to pretend, isn't it? Do you ever pretend that you're an astronaut? I know during Space Week, a lot of you pretended to be astronauts in our class, didn't you? Next stop, Grand Canyon National Park. We tiptoed over the skywalk like acrobats on a tightrope. The river was so far below, it looked like a shiny ribbon. See them on there? Looks like they're having a lot of fun on their trip, aren't they? As we explored, I sent a selfie to my crew. Yep, that's me on Blaze My Mule. Missing you guys. XOXO. We rafted down the Colorado River. I was pirate captain with Sam, and he was my first mate navigating treacherous waters. Oh, that kind of looks like fun, doesn't it? Next stop, Yellowstone National Park. We were park rangers on the lookout for animals. Mountains, lions, buffaloes, bears, oh my! We waited and we waited for Old Faithful to explode into the air. And finally, can you count back from 5 with me? You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! It was like a real starship shooting off into space. How cool. Last stop was the Yosemite National Park. Sam and I served our last dinner on the road. Fireflies hung in the air like fluttering stars. We pretended we were cowboys. The mountain went up and up and up straight into the sky, watching over us. I felt really small, but really, really great too. It was like being a part of something bigger. It looks like they're all having a really great time on their camping trip, doesn't it? The next morning, I couldn't find my most prized possession. What do you think that she lost that she's so sad about? What has she had such a hard time putting down in our story? Do you remember? Her tablet, right? Oh no! I lost my tablet. Jane, you packed it away a week ago, Mom said. How can I tell my Wait, I got it. Do you know what she's doing? These right here, these are called postcards. And sometimes if somebody wants to show you somewhere really cool they are, or maybe they just want to tell you hi and that they miss you, they can write you a postcard and it comes in your mail. Now, can I tell you something? In the next week or so, you might want to check your mailbox because I don't know, maybe you'll get a postcard from somebody in the mail. Maybe. What did you like best? I asked Sam. Oh, it looks like they're on their way home now, doesn't it? They're back in the car. You can see everything's all packed up. I liked the campfires, Sam said. I thought all about the stars. I am going to miss our big adventures. I was sad when we got home, but then I took Baxter into our backyard and I had a brilliant idea. Mom, can my friends come over for a camp out? I told Hank and Ricky and Louise all about the places that we had seen. I had the best summer after all. It was so spectacular out there. Just then, a shooting star zoomed across the sky. Look, it's so beautiful right here in our own backyard. The end. So when you go to the end of my book, it gives you a whole big list. And all you probably see is lots of words. Do you want to know what these words say? I won't read them all to you. But it says, check it out. Cool places in your own backyard. Get out there. And it goes through every single one of the states in America and all of the really cool parks that you can visit. And then the end, we end with our map again. So that is the book, Our Great Big Backyard. Did you like that book? This book is one of my favorites. And do you know what I really like about this book? We live in a world, boys and girls, where we are really, really lucky because we have really cool things, don't we? We have cool things like cell phones, and our moms and dads might have cool things like computers. We have TVs, and we have really awesome things like tablets that we can play on. But you know what? It's also really, really important that we're not always on those things. It's fun to be on them sometimes, and they can be really helpful a lot of the times. But we also need to remember that we should be getting outside and playing and being in the fresh air and watching the stars in the sky like they showed us in our book. And there's so many awesome things in our world, and we don't want to miss those if we're always staring at a screen, right? So even for adults, it's a really good book because sometimes adults, we like to stare at screens too a lot, and it's really, really important to remember to put those down sometimes so we can see all of the amazing things like they showed us in our story today. All right, well, I'm so glad you got to stay and listen to my story. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.